They told me that my 15 minutes were up 10 years ago when my show ended, but guess what? I'm now an entertainment correspondent on 4 different shows on 4 different networks, and I have my own online digital series with WEtv.
Hey everyone, it's Neffy Anderson here with a brand new episode of The Path Less Traveled, a web series spotlighting millennial entrepreneurs who successfully turn their passions into lucrative careers. Now today's guest is commentator, digital correspondent, and award-winning blogger, Ray Cunningham. Now let me give you the rundown on Ray.
Oh my.
Also known as Misster Ray, okay,
Yes.
with 2 S's and 2 R's.
2 R's, yes.
Okay, he is most known for being the season 3 star of BET's longest-running reality TV series, College Show. You know his face looks familiar. Since appearing on the show in 2006, he has established himself as a well-sought-after entertainment commentator. He shares his unfiltered commentary over the years through various outlets and positions, such as being a blogger for Global Grind, entertainment editor for Blue Magazine, commentator for TV One and TMC Live, and currently, darling, he's WeTV's digital correspondent, and he's here on the Path Less Traveled with us today, and we are so lucky to have him. Thank you so much for allowing us to come and crash your hotel room.
Right, and you know I don't have women in my bed.
I know. I know.
My dad will be very happy when he watches this.
That's hilarious. So just with that right there, let me just take a moment. You know how at church they say, take a moment, we're going to, get out your Bible. Take a moment to get out your phone, because this young man is going to give you all the tweetable quotes and moments. And when you do tweet, you're going to make sure you use that hashtag TPLT series. You got that? All right, so Ray, let's take it on back.
Okay.
I know that we know you from your College Hill days, but we got to work up to that point. So talk to me about the way that you strategically set things up to reach this level of success.
Nothing's been given to me. I've actually had to work very hard for everything because I am black, I am a male, I am gay, I am outspoken, and I ain't no pushover. You're not going to walk over me or piss on me and tell me it's lemonade.
Right.
And that sometimes is my biggest holdback, is being so outspoken.
Right.
But I plan everything out. I look at things, I keep a notebook as you see up there, and I write out for the month or for the year what I want to do.
Right.
Before people were doing dream boards, my mom and dad would tell you, I had sticky notes everywhere, places I wanted to go, things I wanted to do, things I wanted to buy, people I wanted to meet. And I can tell you that doing that show allowed me to meet a lot of people I wanted to meet, talk to them about how they got to where they were. And I would just tell you that for me, my personality has taken me further than any other recommendation could have gotten me. I go get what I want.
Right.
Even with live being the official live tweeter for the BET Awards, I tweet from the Real Husbands of Hollywood account and the BET account.
Right.
I reached out to BET and told them, hey, I want to tweet for the show. And they already know that I'm a tweeter that gets a lot of retweets. They said, oh, let's make the image. Boom. They gave me the password. I was in.
Right.
I'm live tweeting. Most watched award show of the year for the last 3 years.
Right.
Even with Blue Magazine, I went up to Davon. We had mutual friends. I saw his magazine. I loved Khalees. She was on the first cover for them. And I said, you know what? I want to write for your magazine. He said, well, let me see what you got.
Right.
Gave him what I got. Worked my way up to entertainment editor. Even with working with Pink Magazine, I reached out to Mecca. Hey, I love your brand. I love your magazine. I want to start writing again. Here's my samples. Right. And she said, well, let me talk about it with my team. And here I am freelancing with Pink Magazine. Even with doing PR and starting my own social status PR company with my business partner. I said, we know these people. We party with these people.
Right.
We listen to them complain about what their publicists do and don't do.
Right.
We know what they want. We can represent them. Our friends will pay us to represent them and get them the connections that we have.
Right.
And that's what I've been doing. So I've gone after everything I wanted. I will definitely tell you, even with the WeTV thing, that kind of sort of just happened at the right place, right time, with me being at the bar and talking to, her name was Megan Lawrence.
Okay.
That just happened, and it just happened to be the right person. Like I said, personality sold me. But what I want, I go after.
So talk to me about one thing that you know now, being a correspondent and an entertainment commentator, that you wish you knew when you first got into the industry?
I would say that the hardest thing that I struggle with now is that I didn't know about when I first started was first impressions are always lasting. And there were some people I think that were put in my life to navigate me at an early age, but because I wasn't ready for that moment, I wasn't trained for it, it just happened because it was supposed to happen. I pushed them away, I burned them, and now 5 years, 10 years later, the show's been offered to you. I haven't been on that show in 10 years, but 5 years since I started making my transition, I'm now coming back around, circling to some of those same people, and they're in positions where either I can help them or they can help me, and it's a hesitant.
Right.
And it's hesitant, like, is this the same guy that used to come to the parties drunk in flip-flops, swearing, cussing, arguing with people? Forget New York and any leaks. It was Ray Cunningham in L.A., okay? And at that time, I was just so unhappy with myself. I was mad. I was mad at the world. I was mad that I was openly gay. I was mad that BET showed it on TV. I was mad that people knew I was gay, that I didn't know it was gay. I was mad that I wasn't skinny. I was mad that I was in a city where I didn't know anybody, and I felt alone because then when you're on TV and the lights are there, you don't know them people behind there.
Right.
And I think if older Ray now at 31 could tell Ray at 21, it's going to be fine. Slow down. Think before you speak. Write everything out and stick to the plan. And I have a bad habit sometimes of jumping. As you can see from the many things that I've done, I've jumped.
Right.
But as a black man, I just say I'm so thankful to have the father that I have, because with my dad working at Amtrak and being the creator at that time, he created that department, Human Rights and Diversity. I really think that came from a soft spot of his heart because of what I was going through and he was dealing with me at home. You know, my son, who is my best friend, who looks just like me and my namesake, is gay. And he said, here I am at work and I'm preaching and teaching coworkers across the country how to deal with diversity and cultural awareness. And it's right here in my house. So I think I was my dad's inspiration to do that, I think. And, you know, he supports me. He always tells me, all right, you're 31 now. Time for you to get a friend. You know, get a little friend. He don't say the man. He's get a little friend.
That's hilarious.
So my dad's the bomb.
So let's transition a bit more into your career now. Talk to me about one part of your career journey that most people do not know, because you are very open. Dig deep and let me know one thing that people would be surprised to know about your career journey to where you are today.
Something people really don't know about me is that I actually worked at BET after I did College Show. I didn't want to be on television. I didn't want to be in front of the camera. I wanted to work in PR and develop shows. And I actually worked in development with Robin Latiker Johnson. And I worked with developing some shows that aired on BET late 2007, early 2008.
Okay, that's right out of college.
They're fresh out of college. I was in the BET offices in downtown Burbank, and then it moved to Culver City. I did that for about 2.5 years. I was an intern. That was a long internship, but that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to work at a TV network, working in television versus being on television. And it was a humbling experience for me because I went from being catered to and my sensitivities being put forward to all that being put in the back, and this is your job, and this is what you got to do. And you ain't Ray from College Hill when you're at work. You are Ray, BET intern, to Robin Latiker Johnson, Tasha Whitten-Griggs while you were here at work. Keep that celebrity shit over there. But I would say the most hurtful thing and humbling thing that I had to deal with working in television was I was up for a show, to host a show. For BET back then, and I was told that I wasn't interesting, that I was overweight, and that America was not interested in seeing a black gay man on television hosting a fashion segment show. It hurt me really bad. Like, it took whatever hope I had in me, and I just was like, well, damn. What am I going to do then? What am I going to make of this opportunity? And I said, and I was hurt for a while. I was bitter. I was mad, on top of just some other things. You know, when I went to LA, I ran away from the truth that I was hiding, which was my sexuality. I was just going through so many things, and I was just really just mad at the world. And, you know, my friends were always saying, why are you so mean? And it took me leaving Los Angeles, being around all those opportunities and not taking advantage of those opportunities, going to Atlanta and trying to refocus and see what I wanted to do with my life. Do I want a regular job or do I want to pursue television? And it was a hard transition for me because Atlanta was so backwards from LA. Right. So I was out there at all the A-listers and all the great parties, and here I was in Atlanta, which is considered a black Hollywood, but it ain't LA.
Right.
So then I found myself being aggravated in Atlanta, like, oh, this is so country. Oh, this is so backwards.
Right.
Oh, this is nothing. I was comparing LA to Atlanta.
Right.
And I just thought, you know what? I need to really just get out of entertainment element, go home, Virginia, D.C., and just refocus and figure out who Ray is. Mm-hmm. Mr. Ray. Mr. Ray is the person that is funny on television, that knows everybody. Everybody knows him and can walk in any room, white, black, Mexican, Hispanic, Chinese, BET, VH1, Oxygen, TV1, and turn it in any situation.
Right.
Ray Cunningham is a son, brother, uncle, nephew, cousin, hard worker who thinks before he speaks now.
Throughout your journey, you have had lows, but you've always bounced back. And the message that I want to get to everyone out there is that you're going to have lows, but you have to bounce back. You cannot stay down. So what was your last career low, and how did you bounce back from that?
I always say that I'm a mess with a message. I always joke about that. I'm definitely a mess, but I always have a message. I did College Hill. It didn't go anywhere for me. I didn't become a movie star. I said, okay, that's not going to work. That was a low for me. I didn't know what I was doing. So I went to every party and met everybody. I said, if I ain't going to be on TV, they're going to know my face. Right. I was at every party. Little LA socialite. I did that.
Right.
Through that, I got into my love of writing, blogging. I worked with Blue Magazine, blogging through my relationship with being out. I met Vanessa Simmons, and she got me into Global Grind. So I'm blogging for BET.com, Global Grind. I'm writing for Blue Magazine. Right. That was a high for me. Right. But due to creative differences, I ended up leaving Blue Magazine. And just eventually over time, you know, BET transitioned, so there was no more really blogging going on at BET at one point in time. And then it was another low for me. Then I said, okay, what am I going to do next? I had my own blog, and I won some LGBT awards. That's why I'm going to say award-winning blogger. Right. I won an LGBT award for my blog, Raise Blue Juice, that I had for Blue Magazine. Okay. And then from there, I said, okay, I'm good at meeting people and partying. And so when I moved to D.C., I won the Fab Award for Socialite of the Year. So I was like, okay, I'm a social influencer. Okay, that's great. Right. People look to me because they know that I know people. They know when I tweet something that it's the truth. I have no reason to lie. They know that I know these people. Right. So it's the facts. Right. And I said, okay, mess with the message. All right. So then one day, John Murray walked up to me at the Congressional Black Caucus with Omarosa. Mm-hmm. Like, what are you doing now? Like, you've been a blogger, an entertainment editor. Right. You have been on television. You are a party guy. Right. He said, I see you toned down now. Where are you trying to go? And I said, I want to sit in front of television and talk. Right. And he said, he introduced me to Roland Martin. And from that, I've been on Roland Martin every month for the last 2 years. I have gone on to do TMZ Live several times now, more than several. I just recently did Essence Live and probably going back for that. I've done BET's had me back for BET Notarized. Right. Most recently, WEtv. Again, I was out at an event, bumped into the programming director. I didn't even know it was a programming director. Just running my mouth, girl, talking about Braxton Family Values and my love for SWV. And she was like, "You're so funny." She said, "You're so personable." She was like, "What do you do?" And I just was like, "Nothing, girl. I just, I tweet." And she said, "Let me see your Twitter." And she hit me up a week later and said, "Can you come to New York and meet with me?" And I came here to New York and met with the WEtv, and they said, well, what do you want to do? And I said, okay, I'll be a digital correspondent. Right. And they said, well, what do you want to do with that? I said, I want to talk about the shows. They said, okay, do you want to tweet them? I said, no, I think I want to do it on camera. I want to be on video. Right. And he said, okay, well, let's do that. What? And I formatted it how I thought it should go. They let me have total creative control. I met with my now boss, Kristen Magnamy, and I formatted it, broke it down into categories how I wanted it. So I see all the seasons way months in advance. Right. And it's just become really big on WeTV Online. Top 5 videos for them through the whole AMC network of all the channels they own and programming they have, my videos have always been top 5.
That's amazing. Congratulations. I just want to stop you right there because I watched those videos. And let me tell you, girls, if you're home alone on a Friday night and you got a drink, I put you on. I feel like I got my good girlfriend here. No, your videos are so enjoyable to watch. You're hilarious. Like I don't really laugh out loud a lot, like when watching videos or TV, but when watching your commentary for we, you do the most. You do the most.
It is really weird for me because it's me talking to the camera, so I don't know if it's gonna be funny or not.
Yeah.
But people really respond to it through the Facebook and WeTV's Twitter, Instagram.
And you know what? I'm gonna stop you right there. So you tweeted something because you a Twitter troll.
I troll and mind my business.
I know, self-proclaimed. Okay, so you said, I'm excited to be WeTV's digital correspondent because now my social media followers can put a voice to the tweets.
Yes.
And so I want to transition into how you're using social media strategically because you are a boss in that game. BOSS and BAWSE.
For so long through Twitter, my tweets were getting so many retweets during Love and Hip Hop award shows and just different TV specials and other shows. People were retweeting me and they knew my face, they knew my screen name,
right?
They didn't know my voice.
Right.
I have a very distinct voice.
Yes, you do.
So now, and it was funny, people would come up to me, they would hear me talking in public and say, wait a minute, were you on College Hill?
Right.
They might not remember my face, but they remembered my voice.
Right.
And so when I did those videos, people literally walk up to me now saying, oh my God, I was watching that video, or I was listening to you talk, or people always tweet me, you see them.
Yeah.
I say this when you tweet, I say this in your voice. And I'm like,
yes.
How do I sound?
Yes.
I'm like a chipmunk, I think.
You are So what is the thought process behind that though? Or is there no thought process?
There is no thought process. I just tweet and I speak.
So you don't worry about whether or not it will help or harm your brand.
There are times where I have to draft something 8 times because as a 30.
Oh, you draft?
Oh, there's a couple drafts in there because I'm one of those people, I tweet immediately.
Right.
If I'm pissed off about something or somebody, I'm going to tweet. And before I push send sometimes, something says, Jesus, let me just let that sit for a second. I'll rewrite it again.
Right.
And sometimes the second time is worse than the first.
Oh, my goodness.
Usually about the 5th draft, I'm like, calm down. I'm like, bless you, baby.
You are hilarious.
I use my social media to promote what I want to share.
Right.
If I'm in a good mood and I want to retweet a bunch of inspirational quotes, I'm going to put out positive energy. I found that on my timeline, when people were tweeting a bunch of negative stuff, it put me in a bad mood.
Right.
And but when I found people tweeting positive things and great things, I felt myself in a cheerful mood.
Okay.
So I try my best to filter what I say, but if I'm saying some shade, I try to make it funny so people at least laugh at it.
So, all right. So you are a self-proclaimed Twitter troll, social media troll.
Troll and scroll, and I mind my business.
Like, people see trolls as people that are mean.
I'm blunt. Mean is for people who do not have an expensive vocabulary. I'm just very blunt, and I call it like I see it. So if I see you posting selfies every day in bed and you're tweeting about having a meeting, I'm not going to believe you.
Oh, gosh.
And there comes a subtweet. And there comes a subtweet. You know, I'm instigated. People instigate me. I really feel like that when people instigate me.
Oh, my gosh.
Like, and I don't say they intentionally do it, but they know me and I notice everything. I pay attention to everything. Like, there's certain people who are always tweeting about having meetings and you see no product. Right. Or people that are always tweeting product and asking you to retweet their stuff, but they don't retweet your stuff.
Why you gotta call them out though? Why you can't let them live? Why you can't let them? You know why you gotta come and just rip the mask off? Why you just can't let them live?
Ain't no trick or treat over here, bitch. No, it's just I'm trying to control that. I'm trying.
Come on now.
And I don't want anybody to think that I'm mean. I'm really a nice person.
I know that you're not, but I know that like
I just be like
Twitter. Black Twitter trolls. Y'all get a bad rep because y'all are so blunt.
I'm probably the vice president of Black Twitter.
So who the president?
I don't know.
Okay. Well, you know what?
Charlemagne.
You're right. You're right. Now we put, we love to include you guys on social media.
Mm-hmm.
So let's go. Oh God, let's go to Instagram and see what anyone asks. First of all, so you are a socialite. Talk to me about the 5 key networking tips that millennials need to know.
The 5 key...
Because your networking has gotten you to where you are today.
Mm-hmm. The 5 essential things millennials should know about networking. My number 1 thing, do not be a creep. There's nothing worse than coming up to someone and creeping them out. They're not going to help you.
Wait, what? Define it. Like, what is that like?
When you walk into them with big eyes and you recite them their resume and just...
Oh, yeah. Like, I saw you, I love you in this, I love you in this, I
yeah,
love
like,
you
but you say a million things in one breath, and it's just like...
Yeah.
See, now that I'm taken back, I don't hear anything else you have to say.
Oh,
so I tell people, don't be a creep.
Okay.
Be genuine and be honest. Okay. Number 2, look the part. If you're going to a networking event with business professionals, whether it's for marketing, whether it's for people that are in acting, whether it's music, look the part.
Right.
Don't come in there with Jordan's cut-up jeans, a book bag, a hoverboard, and your hat backwards to a networking event, because then we're looking at you like, okay, what are you doing here? What are you selling? What you doing?
Right.
You the weed man?
Right.
Look the part.
Right.
Come in there with a nice collared shirt, with a nice tie, some nice socks, and some nice shoes. Look the part so people at least want to know who you are. And, you look like you should be here. So what did you do?
Right.
Make the person come to you and be engaging,
Right.
I'll definitely say another thing to do, smell good.
Number 3, smell good.
Smell good.
It's not a given, though?
No. Some people go to networking events and they eat the worst smelling thing and then go network. No.
Okay.
Network first. Have a nice cologne or nice perfume. Nothing that's too aggressive.
Right.
Nothing that says I'm a whore, but nothing says lick me either.
Right.
Just something that's inviting and conversational. I'm just saying. A man that smells good, I will talk to him.
Right.
A man that smells like crab legs and dipped in butter and sea salt, I'm not. I'm not gonna be like, oh, well, he likes seafood. Okay. I would say the number 4, do your research.
Okay.
When you go to talk to somebody, know specifically who they are, how their name is spelled, how it's pronounced,
right,
who they currently work for, and through social media, you can find out who they're friends with and who they're not friends with, right, things they support and things they're against. So if you came up to me and was talking to me about gay marriage being a sin, I'm looking at you like, bitch, do you not know that I'm gay?
Right.
Conversation's over right there.
Right.
Research. Know who you're talking to. I'm not saying spy on them. You see what I'm saying?
Yes. I have a follow-up question. I'm going to bridge, tip number 4 and tip number 1. So how do you...
Not be a creep, but spy.
Yeah, it's like, you've done your research, but it's like you want to show that you deserve to talk to them because you did all your research, you took that time out, and you kind of like just say everything because like I just want you to know that I know about you,
without being a creep. Like I looked at your Twitter.
Right.
You've worked with BET, so we have something in common.
Right.
And you are a blogger. Well, you're a vlogger,
right,
and I work with videos with
right,
WEtv.
Right.
So me meeting you, hey Neffy, my name is Mr. Ray. Oh hey.
Right.
I don't know if you've ever seen me on Twitter before, but I came across your profile before, and I said, back in 2006, I was on BET for College Hill.
Right.
That right there lets you know that we have something in common. We work
right,
for the same. We've worked or work for the same network.
Right.
And I can say, and also I noticed you had a video series. I also have a digital web series for WEtv.
Right.
And then that's going to engage. Right. Okay. We have 2 things in common.
Okay.
Where can we go but up from there?
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Now, if you just came up to me and said, oh, hey, Mr. Ray. Hey, Ray.
Right.
How you know me as Ray?
Right.
Because typically most people call you by your social media name.
Okay.
And that's number 5.
That's
your
number
social
5.
media name should be something you don't mind being blurted out in public.
Okay.
Mr. Ray, that is fine. I chose Mr. Ray. It's authoritative. It's Mr. I'm over 30. You will address me as Mr.
Right.
But I put it as MISS to also represent for my LGBT community, Mr. Ray.
Right. You've given us some great... I hope y'all are writing these down. I hope y'all tweeting them. I do want to touch on that little PR background that you got there. Because you did announce that you were launching a publicity firm. So we want to follow up on that.
I did do that.
get us up to date. Your clientele, like what's going on, next steps. Go on
I actually started Social Status with my business partner back in 2008.
Okay.
Here in New York. I was in New York. She was in LA. And that's when I was living here in Harlem.
Right.
And we started and we worked with New York, from I Love New York, Flavor of Love.
Okay.
Everybody from VH1 we worked with, from them to America's Best Dance Crew.
Okay.
We worked with so many people. That was just reality TV was booming in 2008.
Right. And
I kind of fell off from in 2010. She continued on with it, and then I picked back up with it within the last 2 years. And we've been working with Dominic Wilkins, who's with the Atlanta Hawks. You know, he just had a statue erected in Atlanta. We've been working with Maya Sly. That's a WEtv talent. This one cutting in the ATL, and she has a pretty hair boutique that she's franchising out now.
Okay.
We've been working with, I work with Masika from Love and Hip Hop Hollywood. Right. Of course, my girlfriend, and she's been putting out music and doing some stuff with Berg. And, I've just, like I said, the people that I've been working with, clients, have been people that I know personally. And just, I'm not asking them to give me the last dollar out their account. They do pay now.
Right.
But, it was easy for me. I said, these people are paying strangers to represent them. When I know them personally, I know what they like to do. I know what they like to go. I know what they mean to say. And I know what they're trying to accomplish. Why don't I represent them?
What are some of the most important things that people need to know about or do regarding branding themselves?
The most important thing, I think, with branding yourself now is you need to know who you are and who you want to be. Right. You can't brand yourself when you don't know yourself. Right. That's why when I was younger, when I first started, I couldn't brand myself because I didn't know who the hell I was. Right. I didn't know who Gay Ray was, and I can say that now. Right. I didn't know who this gay character now was. I said, okay, I want people to not be ashamed of liking men. I want people to know that men that like men aren't demons. We aren't predators. We aren't trying to convert anybody. At least I'm not. Right. That's too much work. Honey.
That's too much work, honey.
That's too much work. I'm not built for that.
But you're leading by example, so that's okay.
I'm trying to lead by a different kind of example. Am I perfect? No. Do I say all the right things? No. But I'm honest in the moment. Right. If I don't like it, I don't like it. If I love it, I love it. Right. That's just as blunt as I can be about it. Right. So if I'm there for it, I'm there for it. But I don't jump on the bandwagon. And that's with branding yourself. If you're going to be a realist, you have to be real to what you believe in. Right. So if you see something on social media, everybody's just trending and everybody's jumping on that bandwagon, but you necessarily don't believe in it. An example of that is Raven Simone. Right. She felt that situation, the excessive force was wrong, but she also said that young lady was wrong for not putting her cell phone up when she was told. Right. And of course, she's getting all this flack now for it, but I actually commend Raven for speaking up and not just going on the trend and saying how a lot of people really do feel. Right. Even when she talked about the name and applying for a job. Right. I'm not even going to lie to you. Back in the day, with those of us that are 30 and older, our parents named us names either after our parents or names that you will be able to get a job with. Because at one point in time, African Americans were not looked at to get certain kind of jobs. Right. Because of who we were. Right. Now we're in a more diverse area where equality is a lot more. Right. Everybody can have a job. Right. Mexicans got all the jobs. They do. They got them. But at one point in time, they didn't get jobs. You can look at the name Lopez, like, oh, nope. Yeah. Jenkins, oh, no. But now, people are getting, these celebrities are naming their kids weird names. Blue, Apple, Northwest. Yeah. Just look at these kids. Now, what if we discriminate against them because of their names, because of, this? We're just in a different place right now. And that's why I say, Raven necessarily wasn't that wrong. I think that was not maybe the best platform to say it on at that time. Right. But I knew what she was saying because I come from a family where they said they named us names that we could get jobs so that we wouldn't have to deal with that on top of already having strikes against us. Right. And again, that was my family's way of branding me. Right. Giving me a name that I could go to work with, a name that I can say out loud, first, middle, and last name. Right. See what I'm saying? Right. And so what's next with the Ray brand, okay? What Misster Ray? Because we see you everywhere. We can't turn on the TV or the internet or go on our phones without seeing you pop up. So what do you have in the works? Because you have a couple of different projects. I will be on air with WEtv next year. Okay. I cannot specifically say in what capacity yet, but I will be on air and online. So I'm very excited about that transition of the continued growth with WEtv. I will say you guys will still see me on Roland Martin, TV1, News 1 Now.
We love it.
Hopefully, I will be on Wendy Williams next year. Hopefully, doing one of her Friday Hot Topics.
Oh,
that's
yes,
one of
that'd be perfect.
That is on my goal list for
That'd be
2016.
perfect. Wendy, if you watching, girl, what you
That's on my goal list for
for
2016 to go on Wendy. Not to be on Wendy as a guest, to be on Wendy discussing with Wendy as her counterpart.
Right.
So that's a goal I have for next year.
I love it. Well, on behalf of everyone on the other side of that screen, I just want to thank you for having the courage to turn your passion into your career. And like owning everything that you bring to the table. Because it's not easy. I know that you giggles and you put up a good face and all that stuff, but it's hard to like stand your ground, own your truth, who you are, outside of even the sexuality thing. Just like your personality. Stand for something. It's hard out here, you know?
It's very hard. And I'll just say that my motivation now these days will definitely be my nephews and my young niece that is going to be here maybe by the time this video airs.
Right.
I want to do things now that my family is proud of. Things that when my nieces and my nephews Google me, they can read about it and show their friends and not be embarrassed.
Right.
Because I don't know if I'm going to have kids or not. I mean, at last time I checked, everything was healthy and functional.
Right.
At this point, I'm doing things and I'm looking out for the well-being of my nieces and nephews because they're going to be the ones that keep the name going and they're going to be the ones who talk about me when I'm gone and they're older and they say, "Oh, that was my uncle."
Right.
So what I'm doing right now is for them to look back on me and keep my name.
Seeds down. I love it. I love it. If you guys enjoyed this interview as much as I did, I need you to let me know it. Don't be stingy. Don't be cheap. You ready? I need you to like. I need you to comment. I need you to subscribe. I need you to share to all your social media platforms: Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn.
LinkedIn?
Yeah, even
I hate those LinkedIn emails.
Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn. What else am I missing? Google Plus. See you online.